The movie commences at a lively gathering in New Orleans, where Matthias, an astrophysicist, encounters Alyssa, a guide who conducts tours centered on local ghosts. Their affection grows, culminating in a romantic bond that ultimately leads to their marriage. The narrative then shifts forward in time, revealing Ben's solitary and melancholic existence, hinting that Alyssa has passed away. Abandoning his previous occupation, Ben now carries on with Alyssa's ghost tours, displaying impoliteness towards guests when they inquire about spectral phenomena. In the vicinity of Gracey Manor, Gabbie arrives with her son Travis, aiming to transform the mansion into a bed and breakfast establishment. Travis ventures into the mansion's rooms, and upon illuminating his flashlight, is confronted by the apparition of a bride, causing him distress. He recounts the encounter to Gabbie, who remains skeptical until a suit of armor suddenly advances behind him, compelling them to flee. One of the spirits, the Hatbox ghost, playfully remarks that their presence will be acknowledged again. Father Kent visits Ben at the behest of Gabbie, seeking someone to capture photographic evidence of the ghosts. Initially hesitant, Ben's reluctance wanes upon learning of the $2,000 payment offered by Gabbie. Armed with a unique lens he designed, Ben arrives at the mansion. Gabbie guides him through the rooms where the ghosts might manifest, although Ben's actions seem more like pretense, as he views the situation as a mere jest. Upon his return to his apartment, Ben encounters strange happenings, including wet footprints trailing him and the sudden appearance of an ocean and a boat spewing water from his closet when opened. Realizing he's been followed by the ghost of a sea captain, Ben reunites with Gabbie and Travis, who also experienced supernatural events outside the mansion. The phenomenon extends to Father Kent as well. Ben reveals a photograph he captured using his innovative dark matter lens, depicting the sea captain's ghost. In an effort to discern the ghost's intentions, Ben agrees to stay at the mansion, accompanied by the ominous presence of a malevolent ghost threatening to claim his soul. Father Kent aims to assemble a proficient team to confront their spectral predicament. Collaborating with Ben, they consult Professor Bruce Davis, an authority on paranormal occurrences. Bruce's research unveils the history of Gracey Manor and its original proprietor, William Gracey, alongside the unsettling occurrences following the demise of Gracey's wife Eleanor from yellow fever. Although Ben initially resists Bruce's desire to visit the mansion, the documents pertaining to their investigation are inadvertently consumed by flames when an attempt to wrest them from Bruce's possession goes awry. The gentlemen also pay a visit to a medium named Harriet, who appears to be a charlatan initially, but Kent holds a belief in her genuine ability. Harriet ventures to the mansion, offering her insights into the haunting phenomena, even identifying a sorrowful presence in the room. After her departure, Harriet returns 2 hours later, as she claims that ghosts have followed her. Meanwhile, Ben strategically installs cameras around the mansion, hoping to capture more instances of paranormal activity. Harriet orchestrates a seance with Ben, Kent, Gabbie, and Travis, attempting to summon the spirit of Gracey. However, Gracey merely seizes a pen and paper, inscribing, "Talk to Leota." When an effort is made to summon Leota, the spirits resist and forcibly expel Harriet from the mansion, leaving her sprawled in a pile of mud. Bruce subsequently arrives at the mansion, eager to join the ghostly investigation, only to endure a similar treatment that propels him even farther from the premises. The incident results in his hospitalization, but with the intervention of Ben and Gabbie, he is discharged as the ghostly captain's diversion disrupts the hospital setting. During the night, the Hatbox ghost endeavors to entice Ben by conjuring an apparition of Alyssa's spirit, which appears to traverse the mansion and venture outside before transitioning into a nightmarish countenance. The group rouses Ben from his slumber when Bruce goes missing, and although they eventually locate him, his proposal to search the attic for Leota is embraced. In the attic, Ben stumbles upon an aged chest just before the ghostly bride brandishes an axe in his direction. Within the chest, they uncover a crystal ball that houses the spirit of Madame Leota, a former medium whom Gracey had sought to communicate with following Eleanor's demise. Leota recounts how Gracey engaged her in an attempt to reach Eleanor's spirit after her passing, leading to a year of nightly seances that inadvertently opened a portal for other spirits. One such entity impersonated Eleanor and corresponded with Gracey, deceiving him into taking his own life before Leota could intervene. The Hatbox ghost subsequently entrapped Leota within the crystal ball. Leota informs the group that the Hatbox ghost requires 1,000 souls to emancipate himself from the mansion and attain full supremacy, with just one soul left to complete the tally. Harriet devises a plan to craft a banishment spell, contingent on possessing an item from the Hatbox ghost's past. Yet Hatbox ghost thwarts their progress, preventing the execution of their strategy. Preparations ensue for a reverse seance, where Harriet is to venture into the spectral realm to banish the Hatbox ghost. Concurrently, Ben engages in a conversation with Gabbie, who reveals that Travis's father is no longer part of the picture, sparking Ben's contemplation that they might have separated. Establishing a connection with Travis, Ben learns that the young boy still maintains communication with his father. During the reverse seance, it's Ben who enters the ghostly realm. Gracey's spirit becomes visible to him, guiding him through encounters with other trapped souls. Gracey shoulders guilt for the tragedy and implores Ben to prevent Hatbox Ghost from acquiring the final soul. Hatbox Ghost then emerges to mock Ben and briefly exerts control over him, until Gabbie intervenes, snapping him out of the possession. Ben conveys his discoveries to the group, including Hatbox Ghost's promise to fulfill his desires. Ben proceeds to share Alyssa's tragic fate, how she perished in a car accident after their unpleasant final interaction. Harriet deduces that Ben was the grieving spirit all along, which momentarily overwhelms him until Bruce lightens the atmosphere with a jest. Given that Ben has glimpsed Hatbox Ghost's visage, Bruce devises a plan to accompany Ben to a sketch artist who can draw Hatbox from memory, adding facial features. This endeavor leads them to identify his true identity as Alistair Crump, the son of a wealthy tyrant who ostracized him following his mother's death. After inheriting his father's wealth, Alistair orchestrated the demise of those who rejected him, only to face a revolt from his staff, culminating in his beheading. The estate, Crump Manor, is now a historic landmark transformed into a bed and breakfast, prompting the group to believe they can locate an artifact to banish him. Upon learning that the group has uncovered his backstory, Crump attempts to engulf them within the mansion's confines. As the others flee, Ben ensures Travis's safety before rejoining Kent. Amid a chaotic escape, the group contends with a malevolent forest while seeking refuge at Crump Manor, where guided tours led by Pat and Vic are underway. Taking advantage of the diversion, Ben, Kent, and Travis, with the assistance of the captain's ghost, explore the basement, discovering Crump's skull concealed beneath his top hat. Travis secures the skull and escapes the premises. Upon returning, Travis remains in the car as Crump manipulates Bruce into serving his nefarious purposes. Harriet and Gabbie are restrained, and a tense confrontation unfolds. Harriet endeavors to employ the hat for the banishment spell, but Crump extricates himself from Bruce's body, casting the hat into the fireplace. Simultaneously, Travis is misled into the basement by Crump, who exploits his emotions akin to his manipulation of Gracey. Ben intervenes just in time, preventing Travis from becoming ensnared by Crump's tactics. As Crump dispatches his ghostly minions to assail the group, Kent garners the support of the other spirits to turn against Crump, while Harriet releases Madame Leota to aid in the banishment spell. The final showdown culminates in the graveyard, where Crump confronts the group with his spectral army. In a desperate gambit, Ben offers himself as the last soul, luring Crump into a conversation to stall for time. Bruce returns with the remains of the hat, giving it to Leota and Harriet to enact the banishment. Crump pleads with Ben to prevent his banishment so he can reunite with Alyssa, but Ben unmasks his manipulations, revealing his true intentions. The banishment spell takes effect, expelling Crump back to his underworld resting place. Leota retreats to her crystal ball, while most of the other ghosts opt to remain on their side. Afterward, Harriet embraces her newfound identity as a genuine medium. Kent embarks on a path as a bona fide ordained minister, and Bruce cherishes his newfound camaraderie. Returning to his apartment, Ben finds solace in adopting a stray cat named Tater Tot, a favorite snack of Alyssa's, interpreting it as a sign of her watchful presence. Subsequently, Ben attends a party at the mansion with Harriet, Bruce, and Kent, alongside Gabbie, Travis, and the resident ghosts. Meanwhile, Ben and Travis fulfill the captain's ghost's wish by taking him to the sea, allowing him to acquire a boat.